All right, let's see how this is working here. Is that working? Yeah, it's live. Sweet. Okay. We got that going on. Now we're here. Alrighty. Get you guys all situated. Oh, what the heck's going on? Alright guys, I don't even know if people are watching, but either way, I'm just doing some pottery demonstrations today with these pots right there, or chunks of clay. And so I'm going to be getting into it here in a second. If you guys are here, I hope you guys enjoy watching. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the full live stream. I'm going to have that cooking, right? And then after I have that cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the clips that I'm going to edit into the short format stuff. I'm going to turn that into a its own video, all the clips, and then I'm going to have the clips separate, and I have to edit them a little bit into shorts. And so that's going to be, I think, the new format that we're going to be cooking up for you guys. But anyway, I'm going to get right into it. What's that thing? Oh yeah. Let's wheel. All right, guys. Camera C. All right, hold on. Camera C. Camera C. There we go. All right, also I got my iPad here, so that's gonna be exciting. I got something for you guys here in a second. So let's see. Camera B. Okay, now watch this. So I got this. Oh, well, I don't want you guys seeing my background. I gotta change that one of these days, but here we go. So now I can do some of that. Look at that. Look, a happy face, little dude. He's so happy with his pots that he's holding. He's so happy. But I just have some of that cooking up, so that's gonna be kind of exciting. So we'll do that closer to the end. But anyway, camera C. Camera C. There we go. So we're just gonna start moving some of this stuff over here. We already got the clay balls wrapped up and everything for you guys. Or not wrapped up, wedged up. I guess wedging is kind of like a wrapping. We're gonna get the music cooking a little bit because I think I'm the only one in the apartment right now, so I can be a little bit more funky with everything. Okay. Oh, not the sponge, no. He's trying to get away, man. You got pots to make. You can't leave yet. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna start off by getting some of this off of here. Camera A. Okay. We got this like cool hamster behind us. He's screaming. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, so here we are, moving this stuff here. Oh wait, hold on. Camera C. Camera B. All right, so here we go. This is number 1. So yesterday we only had to do 2. Today we're gonna have to do 3, so that's gonna be kind of exciting. Also, I don't think I have my sponge isn't clean, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to write on my iPad or draw on it, but I'm gonna try to get it figured out. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in between every one, but we'll see here in a second. I'll get something figured out, guys. You know, like I think part of this whole entire process is just doing it and then figuring it out along the way. You know, sometimes you can only find stuff that you're gonna not like know until you actually do the thing. But anyway, so this is kind of ripping right there at that bottom. Okay, well, here we go. And then I'm pulling that back. So if you see my hand, it's pulling that back so I can get this lifted back up. Nice. Oh, we can go louder with the music too, guys. We gotta jam out. Okay, so arm's coming down. And look at me pinch that arm. Freaking beast mode, right? Arm is pinched in that body, right? The closer you get it to your hip, the more locked in you are, the less it's gonna actually move, right? If your arm is moving, the clay is gonna be moving and not the way you want it to, right? So I'm pulling that out like a chain, so I always say, all right, hold on. Camera C, camera C. So this, to me, it's like a chainsaw maneuver, right? Like rip, rip, rip. So watch this. This comes on top, chainsaw is coming over. Look at that. And that's pretty centered, you know? All right, camera A, camera A. Also, I wanna see how, am I zoomed in properly? Camera B. I feel like I could do a better job with the focus here. That looks a little bit better. Just want to make sure I got something nice for you guys. I don't want to, you guys have to look at blurry for a little bit. Okay. So here I go. I got my fingers pushing in that clay there. I'm pulling this out, right? Here, camera C. Camera C. There we go. So you can see Captain Hook, right? These points of my fingers. Look, if you look really close, you can't really see. That's a shame. But the tips of my fingers don't have clay on it. The clay is building up all in the pad of my finger. And so the key is you're using the tips of your finger to carve and scratch out the bottom like layer of a cake, right? And everything above that bottom layer is just gonna naturally move, right, above it, right? It's all gonna move with where the bottom is going. And so that's my secret, is like, you don't wanna be feeling like if that opening the clay feels like difficult for you, you have your hands in the wrong position, right? It's a little bit off center, but that's okay. Here I go, I'm taking my palm here. Camera B. So here we go, hand underneath. And I call this the llama, little llama, happy llama. He's coming in and taking a bite right out of that freaking clay there. And very slowly, happy llama is making a volcano. Look at that, nice, dude. So we got our volcano. And so once we get to our volcano, we're gonna start and we're gonna go right up underneath here. And here I am. So I'm just taking this clay up very slowly. I'm not doing a pull for height. I'm doing a pull to equal the clay, equalize it. Well, the wall, we all want the wall thickness to be similar, right? And so that's what I'm doing there with that pull. And sometimes that bottom chunk can get pretty wacky. So we're trying to spend a little bit more focus right on that bottom chunk just to make sure we don't have to deal with it later on as much. So here we are again. So I'm gonna take this edge right at the bottom very slowly. And you see, oh, that bump kinda got caught on my finger a little bit. All right, so I'm actually thinner in this bottom section here. I'm more thin here than I am up here. So I gotta keep that in mind, because now if I collar, right, it's gonna get even thicker and it's gonna be too stiff, right? We don't want that. So here we are. We're gonna go one more pull. We gotta be pretty slow. So here we are, finger on the bottom. Okay. Very slow, finger right underneath this little bump. Remember, the bump is a gift. And we're gonna go really slow. Oh no! Dang, man. Alright, so that was too much. Too thin on the bottom, and not enough on that top part, but that's okay, guys. Alright, we'll cut it in half though, so you guys can kind of see my wall thickness here. Okay. So you can see that I'm thin. I'm so thin. Here, camera B, or no, camera C. Camera C. Okay, look, I'm thin all the way through, right? And the only thickness I have is at the very bottom here, but you can see how I'm pretty thin all the way through, and I just got too thin. I'm paper thin towards that middle part where it collapsed. That's the only problem, but that's okay. So we got to make another one. That's all that means. So you guys get to have me for a little bit longer today. So this is where my mess ups go. They go underneath this little bag so they don't dry out. And eventually, sometimes if I have one that's a little bit small, I'll add that into the mix there. But here we go. We're going to go back to the bottom here. Ugh. A little bucket. I wonder if I can see if there's people looking at the stream. How do I look at this? Oh, I have no viewers yet. So nobody saw my mess up. That's okay. Camera A. So, I guess that's okay. But sometimes I wish that, like, I don't know, some random person just comes in here and then hears me jamming out to some freaking music. I feel like it'd be kind of sick. Okay. Got my head down, got my head down. And so, but again, guys, I had a problem with that chunk there that I had to resolve, and I didn't. So what I'm going to do nowadays is I'm going to take some more of this clay here, and again, I'm wiping it all over my pants. All right, camera C. Camera B. Camera B. All right, here we go. Right up underneath. All right, look at that. Right down, very slow. Look at that. And keep your hand palm up. Look at that, and see how it's starting to get up. Then you just take that and you take that all the way up to the top. Say, hey, buddy, how you doing? Okay, we got one more. And then look how you're doing this, right? It's really about tilting that to the side, right? And so if you're tilting this to the side, there's nothing underneath, so the clay, wants to go path of least resistance, right? So if there's no clay underneath it, it's going to want to go down easier. So that's why people are tilting it sometimes. So we got to bring our hammer fist down. Hammer fist comes on top. Look at that. Okay, great. Fist coming down and out. Nice. Okay. Thumbs pushing down the center. Great. A little water on the inside there. And we're using that captain hook. We're scratching along that bottom of that clay there, right? And we're not even gonna, we'll do a little spiral on the inside here. Okay, so here we go. Taking this bottom section up. We're taking this up. Very nice and slow, right? I think I was trying to do too much too fast in that last one. So we are knuckle right on the bottom. Have it hug into the clay. it meets your finger and it says, oh, hey, what's up, finger? We're going to equalize these walls real quick. Oh, I can already feel this one's going to be cooking, guys. So this one's pretty good. So here we are. A little bit of water on that bottom edge. Again, finger at that bottom edge here. I'm pushing that clay down a little bit, creating a little bump. Just carrying this bump. Slow wheel head down just a little bit. And really, like when you slow your wheel head down, you'll start to feel where the clay is moving. Right? And so you're just there, you're sitting there, you're like, hey, clay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're a little bit thin on the top, so we're gonna collar this in. So we always wanna keep our collar nice, slow. And we want it to feel like a pole, right? Look how drastic I'm bringing that clay. And look at my finger, little hook right on that top edge, hooking that in. Okay, so a little bit too thin, right underneath that top edge, but that's okay. You probably got one more good pull out of this one, so we're gonna be nice. Wet your elbow just a tad here, right? So down to the bottom again. So here I am. Got this little bump. It's a gift from the clay. We're taking this all the way up for a little ride. And look how slow we're moving. Like a freaking snail. Getting a little bit thin. So you see when it starts getting thin, it's no longer on a circle, right? So we're gonna end off the pole here before it gets too much, right? Okay. So we still got some thickness on the top, but that's okay. We're going back down to the bottom here. We're gonna get some of this water out of that bottom. So that's the thing that usually kills a lot of pots. Just trying to get that a little bit more round so I can get my hand down there and it's not as freaking wild. Okay, so we're at the bottom here. Here we go. Okay, here we are. In our middle section, and we're going to be pushing this down, and we don't want to go too crazy. Slowly just allowing our fingers to go up the side of the pot here, right up to the rim, and slow down. Like pressure down a little bit, and there we go. This is a tall treetop on this one. Usually I go wider, but I'm too thin for it to support itself on that top rim there, so I'm not gonna do it on this one. But you can see that twist on that inside is just freaking cooking up for us. And we got to keep an eye on the clay too, because it's going to want to collapse here too. We got to be ready for if it wants to collapse. But here, camera, oh, you guys won't be able to see it. I was going to say camera C, but it's too dark on the inside. I feel like I need a little flashlight in here so I can just show you guys that. Oh, no way, look at this. All right, camera C. Camera C. Camera C. Okay. Right? You guys see that? Pretty cool, right? Look at that twist on the inside. Conveniently has a flashlight after I just asked for it. Okay, here we are. A little bit of water right on that edge rim. Okay, we gotta take that out. And here we are, we're gonna start pulling this little wall here on the bottom. This is the base of our tree. So we have some options here. And I think we're gonna bring out the freaking wire tool on this part here. So here we are, wire tool, bring it out. So So here we are. Across. 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 All right, camera B. Camera B. Also, you'll see a crack forming on this side here. So I got to be wary of that, because it's going to want to keep growing. And it's not a drying crack, right? That's a freaking hydration fissure. Overhydrating the clay, that's what happens. It wants to just fall apart because I use so much water when I throw. And you'll see a lot of your teachers will even say, like especially the old school pottery teachers, they'll say, don't use water, don't use water, don't use so much water. Me? Dude, I freaking drench my pots, yo. Sometimes they fall, but that's all part of it, right? Oh, look at this thing's gonna totally rip. All right, I gotta take this top part and I gotta just collapse this down on itself here. There we go. Okay, so number one's done. Where's that wooden stick? Where's my wooden stick at? Fell in front of me. Great. Yucky. Got some freaking hair on there. Some extra protein. Look at it collapsing. So this one might totally fall forward in one direction, but we just want to get this bottom done before then. Okay. Alright. Maybe I gotta turn this down a little bit. If there is one of my neighbors, they're gonna be fucking pissed. Look at that. Cool. Okay, so there's number one. We're gonna get on with number two here. So camera C. Camera B. All right, here again, we got our 2 lanes of traffic, push and pull. That's what we're getting. Oh, nice. Okay, look at that, guys. The push and pull is what we're aiming for here. Nice. Okay. And we can't be too loose with our poles here, because last time we were a little bit too loose. Or our clay was softer, so it was possible. This time, I'm feeling the clay and it's a little bit too stiff for me to go wacky with it, but we'll do a little bit. But you'll see it's gonna wanna rip. And always, you know, that push and that pull is so important. And when you're bringing this clay up. And it's gonna rip on this top. Look, see how much it's ripping on this bottom part here? Watch. You see how there's like this weak, it almost looks like cheese down here. So the clay is actually ripping off rather than moving with itself. And here we are, we're just taking that clay up. And we're trying to massage that out of the clay. And we are bringing our body weight into it, right? Just slowly resting our fist on there. And look how much we have our arm clamped down on the left here. Right? Our arm is like right inside of our hip. So it's not moving. And so we got a weird air bubble in here. So I'm going to hit that when I go inside for the hole here. Okay, and again, it's like layers of a cake. We want to just cut along that bottom layer. The tip of our finger, not the pad of our finger, the tip of our finger. And look at that. The rest of it just wants to go with it. Slowly smooth out that bottom. It's not really about getting it smooth as much as it's about really getting that thin on the bottom there. Because we're not trimming these, so we want to make sure it's thin and we're not adding any thickness by going too thick on our bottom there. So we're just going to go straight into volcano. We got a volcano here. Get this water off that side. Okay, here we are. Little finger. We're actually going to grab out our knuckle on this one. So knuckles there. I feel that air bubble. It's right in that top section. Again, we're going to go back down to the bottom. Knuckle. I'm feeling that bubble. Don't let the bubble freak you out, right, guys? Like you need to be like sturdy with your mind. Callous your mind when you go for a pull. You know, you're in it for the long run. If it fails, let it fail terribly. Don't baby it. Okay, here we are. Right at the bottom. A little bump. Hey, thanks for the gift. Oh, the energy. And look at the freaking breadth of the lines here, guys. Freaking nuts. People are gonna be sitting there and getting with their other like wooden tools and getting rid of all those lines. No, that's your life essence being baked in the pot right there. Don't get rid of that. Show that off. Okay, here we go. A little bit of water on this bottom base here. Get some of that out. And I think we got one more pull realistically. So we're gonna do one collar right on this top rim. I can feel the clay twisting, and we don't want it to twist. Okay, here we go. We don't need to do a full pull. I gotta get some water on my elbow here, though. Here we are at the base. Down. Beast mode, guys. Don't forget to breathe. Okay. Put your hand down in there. Get that water that we just put in there out. Okay. We got a natural bevel right on that rim too. This thing's looking crazy. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A little bit of water on our fingers. And you see it naturally wanting to twist as we're putting tension outwards. Right? We created weak points with those little edges there. I'm going to slow the wheel down. And we don't have a lot of clay on this bottom left over. So we got to do something a little bit different here. We can't do that same cut that we did last time. Oh, that one's falling apart here. Looks pretty interesting. You guys can't really see it too well, but you will in a second. Okay, add some water, pinkies, right? And look at us pull this up. Nice, okay. So here we go. In, out, 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 in. All right, number 2, done. Look at that, guys. Feeling good, feeling good. All right, let's look what we got here. How are we looking like this? Great, okay. So I got some clay in my hands here. Okay, let's see if I can try to do my... We'll get it moving a little bit. So hold on. Chill out. So I think I can take this sponge. Here, camera C. Camera C. There we go. So you guys will see this other one here. I guess we can set this one. But you can see there's some parts that are ripping out of this one, so we gotta just be a little bit careful. Here's all the other ones from the other days. I got a freaking whole room upstairs of them. You guys will see that at the end of the video, I guess. Okay. So, camera B. Camera B. Okay. So I can bring this, take this on. Nice, look at this. So I can bring this. Look at that. And I can take my head camera off. Look at this. What the heck? Hey. Cover up, bro. Jesus. Looks like it's wanting to actually fall over, so I gotta be pretty quick. But you can see. No, you can't see it because that's an eraser. Nope. So this, I don't know. We'll give that 3 out of 10. Okay? That gets a 3 out of 10. The twist in the middle, like that, I don't know. That to me, I'm looking at that. I really like the way that you see how they tuck up into the... Oh, look at that. Hey. Chill out. But we like that. Well, maybe not a 3. We'll give that a 4. 4 out of 10. Okay. The bottom. So you'll see on the bottom part here that on the last one that we did, it was too close. So look, right there, there was like 2 of them. So we'll give this bottom section here, we'll give this like a 2 out of 10. But still a pretty cool pot overall. And it's always in perspective of the rest of them, right? You got to keep that in mind. It's always a part of the whole entire thing. That's how we throw, that's how we make. You know, it's not just the one. It's how does it conversate? How does it get along with all the other pots, right? Okay. So we're going to set this down here. And I can already feel this one starting to... So we're going to set that back on the center. And then look at this one. This one's freaking ripping off. So too much water on that base. But look, it's like sneaking up underneath there. All right, camera C. Camera C. But you guys can see it's like sneaking up underneath there like that. So we just want to set this back a little bit, but that thing's freaking disheveled. You know, some of them are just gonna get like that. Sometimes I use way too much water, and that's just part of the whole dealio. There's ones that are the ones that are just bad. Like the first one that collapsed, that one was just a bad one, right? These ones that are like falling apart, they have something to add, right? I'm making a forest. Not all the trees in the forest are prim and proper, right? Okay. And so this thing felt weird. Is this on? Yep, that's on. All right. Camera B. Camera A. Camera A. Oh, look at that, guys. Nice. Up underneath. Take that up. Stick with it, guys. Don't let it freaking fall apart. Alright. We gotta get some more water. So you can see my water thing is almost out here. Just dip it into my little wash bucket, right? So I always, like whenever I clean my hands, I always wash them off in some of the buckets that are scattered around. The sink is reserved for only filling up stuff and, what is it called? The final rinse of your hands. You don't want to put big chunks down, right? But if you got a little bit underneath your nail, right? That's fine. Okay. Take that down. Camera B. Camera B. Okay. Okay. So down at the bottom, again, we're using our knuckle. Knuckles coming under. All right. So we got some off-centered parts here, so we got to make sure we're staying focused here. We're collaring this top part in a little bit. It's going to kick off some of that middle part, right? Ideally, you don't want to do what I just did, right? But I know how to recenter a pot through a pole, so I feel pretty confident about doing stuff like that. Start right below where you want to collar. Right, guys? Finger wrap right over that edge. And we don't want it to get too thin, but we got one more pull out of this. We're going to go really slow. So here we go. Dudes. Oh, guys. I'm telling you, guys. Sometimes I just get in these zones with these poles, right? And like if you wanted, you could make this into a little vase, collar that in, do whatever, right? But that's not, I'm not trying to make pots that people made for thousands and thousands of years, right? I'm trying to discover my own genre of pottery. That's what I always say. Each of these songs that I make, or each of these pots I make is a song. I'm making my own genre. So here we are. Right underneath the bottom part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's really thin. So this is going to collapse crazy. So I got to be very gentle. Spider pole engaged. Okay, chill out and watch. It's wanting to tilt over. Do you see it? So we got to wipe our hands and get ready to catch it here. Just manually twist this in. And look how tight you can get that, right? Okay. A little bit more centered on that top. But look how cool that is. Dude, Pottery Demon, man. Pottery Demon funk is kicking in here. Sorry, guys. It had to happen. I guess we ran out of time on that one playlist. Okay, here we are. Right underneath. Nice. Look at that. Okay. A little bit of water. And we're keeping an eye because it's wanting to fall, so we got to get ready to catch this. Okay, here we are again. Look at that wanting to fall. Twist that in the center and just bake it down, right? Set it in. Look at that. Okay. Okay, and whenever you do once, just emphasize it. Got a freaking chainsaw blade on the bottom here. Okay, right underneath. This one is freaking nice, guys. Okay, so here we are. Spin this a little bit here. Bye bye, bye bye. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I'm looking, and at first I gotta wipe my hands off. I gotta make sure that a lot of funk music has like inappropriate like thumbnails and stuff. I gotta make sure there's not just like some booty just hanging out on the screen, but this is okay. Just wiping my hands off here. I'm gonna get the head camera off. Okay, so if I'm looking at this thing, guys, okay, when I'm looking at this, I'm saying this top part, okay, hold on, this top part, to me, it's subpar. This thing's not doing anything special. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, right? 2 out of 10. But this middle part, oh my gosh, guys, look at that. So that, to me, there's a good fold, and you see how they're almost like veins, right? They're almost like a plane or like a rectangle that's just like a strap or a ribbon wrapping and folding over itself. I think these are my favorites, right? And look at this the triple fold right here. Watch, it's coming up. Right there. Look at that. That's freaking gold. So I'll give this one maybe a 5. 5 out of 10. Okay. And if I'm looking at this bottom section, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like it matches the pot way more than that second one matched it, right? That second one I don't think was really cooking, you know, but this one, in my mind, I'm giving this one gets a 5 as well. All right, so those are the pots. So I'll swap to camera C. Camera C. There we go. All righty. So we gotta have this one in front and center. This one's freaking gorgeous. All right, you gotta scream to the world, dude. The second one we'll have this one second, right? We'll have this one chilling out over here. All right, that's pretty good. The third one, look at this one. That's freaking soggy tree. That's what we'll call that one. Soggy tree. Soggy tree here is going to be on the top of the cup, the 1 minute cup. How's this look? Camera B? Camera B? Oh, guys. To me, this is freaking happening. All right. And you know what? We'll draw something here too, guys. Like, why not? Why not draw a little something? So maybe we'll draw like, oh, come on. I have so much clay all over my screen now. That's so unfortunate. All right, we'll draw a little dragon. It's a neck. Little hands, and then like a belly and legs. Whoa, little legs, and his tail with a coffee cup on the back of it. Oh, hold on. But I want to move just the dude. How do I move just the dude? Oh, there we go. Look at that, guys. Oh, it's kind of busy. You can't really see him too much. Maybe we gotta color him. Well, you know, we're not gonna spend too much time. This is my first time doing it like this, but I think this looks pretty cool. Wait a second. I'm so dumb. I can't do this like this because I want to stand over by the pots. Whatever. Sorry guys. I kind of messed that up. I baited you guys. So I want to have this camera on though. You guys can't even see what I'm doing now. But that's okay. Sometimes you don't need to see what I'm doing, guys. Okay. Oh, hey, get back over here. Okay. There we go. Hey. Underneath the pottery. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is my second stream of the pottery stuff, so kind of interesting to see what we got cooking up for you guys and how I'm gonna schedule it. I need one more. I just wish I had one more like video capture card, but I think I'm maxing out. I shouldn't do any more, so I have to swap between this and my iPad cam, but it's whatever. Life goes on, you know? But in the meantime, all the best. Strong mentality.